Hi everyone, it's Jerry. I'm on chess.com and I am playing a 5-0 game. So I cannot lean on the increment. Let's go with d4. I've played Knight c3 g3 systems maybe too much. So let's try this. Unfamiliar territory basically already. I think the move here is e5. And then queen d3. Or I could play bishop d3. I'm going to go bishop d3. Yeah. It's a little simpler approach, I believe. Defend the knight or just capture. I'm going to go with the capture. And maybe now e5. Or just get one more developing move in. Could also just play bishop d2. Let's do this. This is an opportunity for me to just keep my structure. Okay, that's one of those half-developing moves. I think now I'm really tempted to play this. Let's go for it. On knight here, I'm going to go here. Avoid the knight exchange and focus in on this hole in the black position. Okay, so they're preserving their dark square bishop. c4 seems right. I do have some loose pieces here. Let's just castle. Get another developing move in, huh? I still do have this in mind. Maybe I should go in for this now. And then that way I could play bishop here to defend my e5 pawn. I think this is a convenient way to defend. They castle kingside, knight d6. Let's come right out here and see what they do. It's so weakening. I want to exchange dark square bishops and then drop a knight in here. Not quite sure how to make that happen. Let's just start with this. And actually I could do this. I was talking about this. If they castle, I'm just winning a rook. Full rook. Are they going to resign here? Oh man, I don't know what just happened here. Oh. I guess they forgot that their queen was hit. Well, that was one of the quicker games I've played in some time. Okay, let me go back. Wow. Let's see. Where was there an improvement? Let's see. I think at this point here, this is one of those, sometimes I define some moves as, it may help to categorize certain moves as half-developed or fully developed. And this I kind of chalk up as a, this bishop move here as a half-developing move. Off the back rank, yes, but beyond that, it's really not doing a whole lot. I know I'm doing similar in a way, but this is with a purpose to maintain my queenside structure. Just avoid the knight exchange. As soon as I play this move, I'm basically looking at this square here. I'm looking to operate in the weakest point in black's camp right here. This is a hole on d5. So that's why I'm going for avoiding the knight exchange. I see my knight as the superior to black's. This knight could be dislodged quite easily with c4, whereas my knight, not so much. If you're playing f5, well, that's some serious concession for the whole kingside structure. So that's why the bishop is dropping back. This would be a really, really tough piece to work around. So that's why they maintain the bishop there. Queen c7. And I think that this is just the right idea, to give that knight a boot. Maybe even here. I wonder if this is an opportunity for knight b4. Just seems a bit backward, because I don't even see this as helping black. So they're down a lot of time here. I have some space and some natural stuff with this pawn on e5. Robbing the king knight of his favorite square in f6. It allows for these moves like queen g4 and queen h5. So I don't know. That knight got a boot. This is a really good spot for my bishop, as we saw. And now it's tough. I mean, because going right into this, you have all of these pieces and the pawn contributing to an attack. I can already drop in here, and it's probably mate. This is probably some forced mate, or reading something very high here. If he's captured, I mean, the dark squares are completely ruined here, and then my queen sneaks in, and I'm not quite sure how you defend against that. So I think maybe the improvement, and we'll just have a very quick look with the computer on this one, but I think after this capture and bishop d2, the better move here is to play e5. And this is just a whole new ballgame, because I'm not getting an e5 for one. I can't even begin to start even thinking about obtaining a piece on d6. The bishop is free to come out to e6. And this one pawn really kills both bishop and knight. You know, I don't have these squares available for the pieces anymore. So this is really the improvement, and it's just a structural thing. Instead of bishop d7, just playing e5 and going from here. Yeah, as it was played out, this final position, it's kind of just, I mean, I guess from here you have to try queenside castle. I wouldn't say it's losing here, but it's definitely, you know, I have some squares to be working with. Bishop c6, and this is already busted, pretty sure. It's just a double attack against the queen and the rook. We'll just have a quick look. I believe it will be suggesting black playing e5 before I get an opportunity to play e5. And we'll see what more we could learn from this one. Alright, let's just have a quick look here. Seeing what the computer suggests for this line. I could play e5 here, but bishop d3 is another move. Let's just have a quick look at this e5 move. Knight d5, and then bishop to d2. Okay. I think I was pointing out knight here and then queen d3. There's even this queen g4 stuff, and on knight takes, queen takes g7. Pretty sharp continuation. White is pawn plus. Well, evaluation +1. Just went with bishop d3. Knight c6 is fine, and then I believe, well, I could already be playing e5, but I played bishop d2, and then this is where. So I could make an improvement right here. Instead of just thinking about my structure, I could just get on with e5 right here, knight d5, and then go in for queen g4. Very thematic to have a pawn on e5, robbing that king knight of f6, and then playing queen g4. This is a very sensitive point for black, suggesting king f8, not to even think about touching this pawn. Weaknesses all over the place, f6 and h6, and a bishop that is soon to pounce on them. So bishop d2, and now after e5, it's a tough one. Knight e4, castles, c4, queen g4 again. I just played bishop there, pawn and a half advantage. Queen g4 now, and I played b3. This is probably unnecessary, but I was just thinking a little bit about positional stuff. That is to just stop knight a4 from dislodging the bishop, but there's already direct stuff. Yeah, I throw a little bit of an advantage away. I could go straight in for queen f4, I guess. What's the idea with this? Suppose knight a4. Oh, I could jump right in with this same idea. Pinpointing f7. I see. So b3 was unnecessary. I think there's an adjustment I could make with my mentality here, and that is, in such an open position, these, I don't know, soft moves like b3, the tidying up type of moves, you could probably do without. And there's quite likely, you know, a lot of haymaker type moves that you could pull off. And Queen F4 is one of them, actually, because Knight D6 is pretty serious. Calling for F5 is best. You know, things have gone wrong if you have to play F5 in this position. Super weakening. So I could do without B3. Queen F4 was better, but after Bishop C6, Knight D6 is really killing. Suggesting to take, and then just take here. And that's what I thought they would do, because in the end, at least they're getting the bishop here. Bishop takes rook, queen takes bishop, but the attack continues. This knight is dead, the dark squares are dead, and the king is without a home. But as it played out, they just ended up, I don't know, missing that I was on the queen in the end. Okay, one of the shorter games, but still some little instructional points to take away from this game, this opening. And as usual, feel free to leave any feedback in the comment section below. And I hope you got something out of it. That's all for now. Take care. Bye.